It's all about you. You and the pastor.
You want to share that story on the show?
Yeah,
Since
I'll
you are
share
half
it.
mic'd up. All right. Well, just to let everybody know, this is the Bulk Crew podcast. Dave Pele, Josh Pele, Mario Heron getting ready for Sunday's big game as the Chargers take on the Buccaneers. And people heard part of your conversation or your notes right there. So tell everyone what's up. What's going on with you, Mario?
So, sadly, Grandma Heron passed away about 2 weeks ago, and her funeral is this weekend. And the pastor that I guess you book for the funeral, I don't know how that works, but like we got for the funeral, let us know that he likes to sing, and like he'll just, break out in song, like from what I understand, randomly. So my reaction was, we have someone trying out for freaking Hamilton that's going to be doing my grandmother's funeral. And it's absurd. Like, I was just like, could we not, in the finer city of Indianapolis, and a pretty, can we not find anyone else that doesn't break out in song? I'm guessing he's a younger guy, because I don't think an older person would do that. So I'm guessing it's a younger guy that's, on the Christ come up. But yeah, this is what we're dealing with here. So I mean, I just don't just be honest with you guys. I have no idea how I'm going to react when, I'm looking at my father burying his mother. It's really sad. And then next thing you know, he's just going to go from talking like this to, oh, praise be. And it's just like, what the, what's going on here?
Dude, you better hope it's religious. What if he just starts singing something from La La Land? I mean, you don't know which way he's going. I mean,
yeah.
If your family doesn't like it, why don't you tell the guy ahead of time?
You wait.
Why don't you tell the guy ahead of time? This is not about you. This is about my grandmother. Like, what are you doing here? There aren't scouts here. There are no scouts in the crowd right now that might sit there and give you an offer and bring you to Hollywood.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
You're not going to get on The Voice here, pal. Let's give it up.
Good Lord.
There's
always something in your family. You ever notice?
Dude,
nothing's ever easy.
Nothing. I knew when going into this that there's gonna be something off. And when I got that text, this is the first something that's off. And then I got another text. They're like, my sister told me, goes, there's more, but you'll just need to know when you get home. And I was just like, fantastic. I was just great. Can't wait.
Oh boy. Well,
Charger football.
Bad news.
Oh,
I'm sorry about the bad news, man. I feel bad for you, obviously your family and your dad. That's not easy. Oh boy.
Neither is having a pastor that sings the whole damn time. That's not easy either.
All right.
Let's talk football.
Let's talk a little football. All right. So again, Chargers taking on the Buccaneers. Look, the schedule's interesting. We're going to pick games today as well on today's show. But look, as we do the show today, there's a Thursday night game, 49ers taking on the Rams. And then, of course, it's a big NFL Sunday. And then I don't know why, but they went back to 2 NFL Monday night games. Everybody hates the 2 NFL Monday night games because you get cheated. We all love Monday night, something at least to watch. Cool, there's football on tonight, like the way we feel about Thursday. But when you start 2 games just 30 minutes apart from each other, you got to make a choice. Kind of stinks. It's not, it feels like you get ripped off. So either way, we'll go through all the games as well. But with the Buccaneers coming to town, the talk is, can the Chargers avoid a losing streak? Can they now finish with Kansas City, move on to Tampa Bay? What to expect? We all know about the big flight from Tampa Bay going 5 hours cross country to face this Charger team, which is a pretty good Charger team. If you're the Buccaneers, you're like, we're about to not only play a team that's well coached, has a little bit of talent, but a team that all of a sudden is one of the talks of the NFL and the Chargers. So for Charger fans, and I'll speak for myself, I'm confident about this game. I know people get nervous when I say that. But a year ago at this time, if this is Brandon Staley saying we're taking on the Buccaneers with the same talent the Buccaneers have and the same talent the Chargers have, I'd feel more confident if I was Tampa. But I like what the Chargers have, and I can't imagine that the big talk the entire week hasn't been, let's get that bad taste out of our mouth. Let's take care of business.
Yeah, especially with the way it ended against the Chiefs. Who scares you on this Buccaneers team? Is it still Mike Evans? Does Mike Evans strike fear into you the way that Mike Evans has for the last 10 years? Is it Baker Mayfield, the way that he can distribute the ball? Is it the 2 running backs they have? How do you guys look at this game? Are you scared of their offense? Is their defense is obviously one of the worst in the NFL. Can we take advantage of that? How do you see this shaking out, Mario?
I will say this. I am actually pretty nervous to face the Buccaneers. They do worry me a little bit. Baker Mayfield, for as many picks as he throws and like the turnover worthy plays he'll make, he does put his teams in situations to win, and he does put his teams in the dogfight, and he's never out, right? Like even when you think he's down and out, he's going to come back with the game, not game winning drive, but a strong touchdown drive. And I think the thing that worries me the most, Dave, in this matchup is the Chargers defense is currently right now 14th against the run. But in the last 3 games, they've let up 141 yards in the last 3. And yes, you can tell me that they've faced pretty dominant running backs that, affects that number. But we've seen it. That defense can get carved up when it comes to the run game. And Bucs in the last 3 games are averaging 181.7 rush yards per game. And Bucky Irving practiced yesterday. So if he practices yesterday, that means he's probably going to practice today. That means he's going to play on Sunday. That tells me that it's going to be a dogfight, and the Chargers got to do everything they can to capitalize on the moments that the Bucs give them and to finally finish a freaking drive. Because if you don't against this offense, against this team, they're good enough that they can take the game away from you.
See, right there. All right, let's stop with the Michael Vick talk. I don't know where you get this dogfight thing. I think that's why when you walked in my house, my dog didn't like you. Like something shady here. Like, haven't we all moved away from the word the term dogfight? Like, how about horse in the race? Anything. But dogfight, no wonder that dog started crying. My dog literally started crying when Mario walked in my house. Now you're showing your true colors.
Because she sensed an alpha.
Is that what you sensed?
Yeah, all right. An alpha in the room.
Look, the Buccaneers have a good running game. The Buccaneers offense is a little bit scary for most. I think we have a great defense, though. I'm sure Jesse Minter is going to show stuff to Tampa that they aren't used to. That being said, Baker Mayfield has the ability to put on a show. He's almost a better version of Jameis Winston, isn't he? Where Jameis Winston can sit there and he can put points on the board, but at the same time, he's going to make a, horrible interception, make a bad decision. The last time Baker Mayfield came to SoFi, he played very well. Baker's played better football since he's left. I guess you could go all the way back to the Browns and even the Panthers, but it seemed like when he got with the Rams and then with Tampa, he's kind of proven himself as far as, hey, I'm an NFL quarterback. He's played very good football. Even when he lost all his wide receivers and he had nothing to throw to, they were still putting points on the board. Mike Evans is one of the best receivers in this league. That being said, I like what the Chargers have been doing in the defensive backfield. I'm not scared there, but I think, Josh, you're going to see a little bit more points than what we've expected in the past. But Tampa, again, with that long travel schedule, they lose basically a day of practice. And, as you talked about, the guys getting healthy, Mario, I don't think you're going to see, an injury report that's going to affect the game on Tampa's side. That being said, I still like the Chargers in this game. I don't think it's a blowout, but I think when it's all said and done, that scoreboard is going to be in the Chargers' favor.
It just seems like whenever you play against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you can expect a lot of points and a lot of turnovers. Whether it's Jameis Winston, Tom Brady's not really turning it over, but he's scoring a lot of points. And then you have Baker Mayfield, who's scoring a lot of points. They've won 3 games in a row. I'm reading Mario's rundown here because he does all the work for us. They beat the Giants, the Panthers, and the Raiders. 3 bad teams. I think that bodes well for the Chargers because I'd rather play a team that's played bad teams before us so we can, put it on them, especially like Dave said, flying 5 hours to SoFi. We have good matchups, Mario, and we have bad matchups on the field. A bad matchup for us is their D-line with our interior offensive lineman, right? They got Vita Vea, a guy that's an absolute beast on the interior defensive line. We struggle on the interior offensive line no matter who we play against. They have one of the worst back ends of the defense in the NFL, and it's going to be worse on Sunday because Antoine Winfield's not going to be in this game. I think this is a game you could see Stone Smart get involved. You can see actual QJ get involved, Josh Palmer. I think everybody's going to be involved in this game because you're not going to want to run the ball with our backup running back right into Vita Vea in this defensive line. You're going to want to take advantage of this defense and throw all over them like everybody has all season. I believe they're 30th, Mario, in passing defense. And they don't play guys like Justin Herbert every week. So I think this is definitely an opportunity for Justin Herbert to spread the wealth. We just got to pray that Ladd McConkey is going to be out there.
I think that's the biggest thing, right? Like, we got to make sure Ladd's out there. Because Ladd's out there in this game, that obviously changes everything for the Charger and for the Charger offense. I think it changes how Greg Roman calls the plays, too. And it changes how the Bucs kind of prepare for this team, right? If I'm the Bucs, I'd prepare for Ladd to play. Because I'd rather be, ready for them to have the number one than ready for them not to have the number one. And, you mentioned their secondary, how it's pretty weak. In that 3-game span, Bryce Young has looked a lot better, but like Bryce Young, let's just be honest, is still just not even in the same ballpark as Justin Herbert. Herbert's a Corvette. Bryce Young, you're like a Toyota Camry. I love my Camry. It's a nice car. It's going to get you places, but it's just two different cars. And then the Raiders, like even when they played them, like were able to have some success through the air. And in those games too, where they've won, I think the interesting thing in it is that like Baker's turnovers, 2 against the Panthers, 2 against the Raiders. Dave, you mentioned it, Josh, because of the lesser talent, the turnovers didn't really cost them. If didn't cost them the game, didn't really cost them a huge deficit. Against this Charger team, you turn the ball over and this Charger team will turn you over. They're, third in turnover differential this year. You do that against them, they're going to, that's not going to go your way. They're a good enough team and they're a well-coached enough team that they're going to turn those into points. And then you can find yourself in a pretty big hole that, I don't know if you're able to get out of. And if I'm the Bucs, I want to get up right away and then smoke away that clock, right? Like that would be my goal. The last thing you want to do is an early pick and get yourself behind Herbert and you're playing catch up the whole time.
Let me ask you from the outside. Let's say we didn't follow the Chargers, but we're NFL fans. Okay. So you're sitting there and you're looking at all 32 teams. And let's say we're even in Tampa doing a Buccaneers show right now. What is your feeling on the Chargers? Like what is the book on the Chargers from the outside? Because Justin Herbert's starting to get a lot more play from the national media. People even the Kelsey brothers doing a podcast talking about how great Justin Herbert is. And he's the big name. We've always said that you have a franchise quarterback. He's the face of the franchise. But for the Chargers, most people don't know who our defensive backs are, right? Most people don't know that now that J.K. Dobbins is gone, what they're doing in the run game. I guarantee you the average football fan can't even name any of the tight ends that play for the Chargers. So when you look at this team, what is the book on the Chargers? Are they still in surprise mode, or are they in the mode where, hey, guess what? People are talking about this team because of Jim Harbaugh and Justin Herbert, and they want to know more about how dangerous could they be into the postseason?
I don't think people take the Chargers serious across the nation. I think they're the most cut and dry team where it's Justin Herbert and a bunch of guys. If you don't have J.K. Dobbins out there, which he won't be, and you don't have Ladd McConkey out there, which he's questionable, everybody looks at this Chargers team as a half-finished product. That's the way that I look at this Chargers team. It's not a real serious contender if you have nobody around Justin Herbert. You could have Jesus Christ playing quarterback. If he has nobody to throw the ball to, he can't do anything. I mean, that's just how it is. The defense is what I'd be worried about if I'm another team. In this game, Mike Evans is going to get tons of targets. You know why he's going to get tons of targets? Because he's on a mission for 1,000 yards again to start his career for 13 straight years. So he's going to get tons of targets in this game. I think that's great for the Chargers, though. We have a strong defense that we rely on, which is crazy because Brandon Staley trying to ambush us and ruin our defense. So I think, Mark, if you keep this game low scoring, I think that bodes well for the Chargers. If it's high scoring, I don't know who Justin Herbert's going to throw the ball to. I think Stone Smart actually has to be involved because Will Disley's doubtful for this game. Do you expect Stone Smart to maybe lead the team in targets? If Ladd McConkey's not out there, I think he has to.
I don't know if he leads the team in targets. I actually think Quinn Johnson and Palmer will probably take that lead, but I do expect him to kind of stay pretty much involved in this offense. Against the Bucs. The Bucs aren't the best against tight ends. They're bottom 10 in opposing tight ends yards and catches. So you're going to be able to get free on them, get a little love, and be a part of the game if you're Stone Smart. And coming off the 2 big catches that he had last game against Kansas City and Arrowhead, you got to feed him a little bit, especially if Will Disley, he didn't practice yesterday. Looks like he's not going to be able to go. Someone's got to step up in that manner. It could be Stone Smart. And then in terms of the National League thing too, Dave, I want to just touch on that real quick. I think if I wasn't following this team hard, the 2 big, not even too big. I think the first takeaway I would say right away is God, who would have thought the Chargers would have a good defense? Because if, before that, the national thing is, well, if you play the Chargers, expect a high scoring game because they're going to be able to score and then you're going to be able to score. And it's going to be a battle like that. And that's kind of the identity change that we've seen with Harbaugh. And also, too, I am worried about our boy Herbert in this game a lot because he's dealing with a sprained ankle. He's also dealing with a thigh injury. He's got the foot issue. And then we have a pass rush led by Vita Vea, and this team is 11th in sacks. So they're going to put pressure on you. And Dave, when last game at halftime, our leading rusher was a backup QB, and we've kind of been having to lean on Herbert to run. I don't think it's smart for him to run in this game at all. and maybe even going forward until playoff time.
See, man, I'm looking at this standings and I'm going, it matters. Every win matters, for me at least. And I'm looking at them. They're 8-5. Broncos are also 8-5. Broncos definitely have the tougher schedule in the next few weeks. But I'm telling you, I don't see this Charger team saying we aren't going to do everything to win. And Justin Herbert has to do whatever he sees that's open. Everybody's banged up at this point in the season, right? Everyone except your backup quarterback. The guys are banged up. And so the Buccaneers have been banged up. They missed a good portion of their season. They say they're now getting healthy, but everybody aches. And so it's a big talk of how guys didn't want to go to a 17-game schedule, or now that's going to be an 18-game schedule that they're going to do in the next few years. It's what it is, man. And Justin Herbert, man, is a bulldog. And at the same time, Jim Harbaugh expects it. His teammates expect it. It's like the old Jordan line. It was Michael Jordan and the Jordanaires. It is it's Justin Herbert and the Herberts. That's basically what this team is. And if Justin Herbert pulls back a little bit, I think it gives the sign to everyone else that you can pull back. I don't think it's in Justin Herbert's nature. Mar, I think when it's time to run, he's going to run.
I do agree with that. That worries me a little bit too, though, because he's such a gamer where he's like, I don't care. You know what I mean?
Thank God he is.
Yeah.
Well, the title of the show is this a must win for both teams. I don't think it's a must win for either team, but I think it's a very important game for both teams. I can't imagine Justin Herbert going out there and not, running when he needs to run and doing what he needs to do to win. I don't know. I am concerned about his injury, though, especially with the defense that they have. They get after the quarterback. I think a huge reason, Mario, they get after the quarterback is because teams pass on them so much. They have more opportunities to get after the quarterback. I mean, their DBs are so bad that they have so many opportunities to tackle the quarterback. Justin Herbert, I would expect in this game to throw the ball at least 30 times. Would you disagree?
It wouldn't surprise me if they go that direction, especially because we've seen Greg Roman, like the past couple of weeks, very willingly to give up on the run game. Like, he just doesn't care. Like, if it comes down to it, like, he'll say, yep, see you later. Like, let's go to the passing game lead on Herbert. They've averaged 77.6 rushing yards in the past 3 games. That's not great. And also in the last 3 guys, they're averaging 7 less attempts than they do normally. So it's around 20. They usually average around 27 rushing attempts. So they're saying, see ya, buddy, on the run game recently. And Josh, I'll actually push back on that. I actually do think this is a must win for both teams. I think Bucs have no room to err because you didn't split with the Falcons. And if Falcons win any type of game and you get a tiebreaker option, you're cooked. I think for the Chargers too, you want to stay where you're at in the playoffs, and you, God forbid, you not want the Broncos to move above you. Yes, the teams below the Broncos, it's like, who's the shinier piece of crap, who's diarrhea and who's a nice log that just came out of your ass. But at the same time, you want to be above your nemesis. You want to be above your rival, and that is the Denver Broncos. That one got you, didn't it, Dave?
No, I was just thinking maybe you guys should say scratch the pastor. Maybe you should do all the speaking at the funeral. I think you do a great job.
I'm just saying the best man speech that I did a week ago did pretty good. It did pretty good.
I didn't bomb. People are laughing.
No, I got a couple handshakes after saying, hey, that was really good speech. I said, hey, thanks, man.
Okay. I'm glad you finished shakes after the word hand because I didn't know which way you're going. All right. So here we go. Looking at this Charger team right now, I don't think you can afford to lose any single game. I think both of them momentum-wise. Look, the Colts are going to take on the Broncos. I don't want to see the standings next week where the Broncos are ahead of the Chargers in the standings. If they both stay with the same record and they all, they're obviously going to face off at SoFi Stadium later in the year. I think everything right now, as where every single team is that's going for the playoffs, is no let up. Like, we're ramping up. And that's just the way it's going. We're getting better every single week. We wouldn't be at our best when you hit the postseason. Broncos think it. Chargers think it. Every other team that is sitting there saying we can still get in, there's no let up. And so my question for you, Josh, is thinking about Justin Herbert, and everyone's concerned about him, obviously getting physically abused every single week, and our interior offensive line stinks. Do you see the Chargers changing things up a little bit more on the offense, on how Justin Herbert is protected? Not personnel, but maybe rolling out one side or the other. It's hard to roll left and throw against your body, but at the same time, it's something the Chargers have not done. We talk about different looks that teams might show in the postseason. Whereas, Justin Herbert, yeah, he can go to the right, and we've seen that. But I'm talking dramatically, where basically you're protecting yourself in a wedge with Joe Alt as your lead safety guy on the end, and then you're pulling guys out to buy them a little bit more time. Now, when I used to ask, it sounds like I'm name dropping here. When I used to ask Phillip Rivers about this, and Phillip Rivers was not a scrambler, he couldn't run at all like Justin Herbert. He used to say, "Why would I ever roll out? All I'm doing is bringing those 11 guys to half the field. It makes it harder for me as a quarterback if I roll out one way or another." But Justin Herbert's a different case. He's getting killed up the middle. When Phillip Rivers was with this Charger team, when they were good, that offensive line was much more solid. Do you see the Chargers changing anything up on how they're going to protect him in the next 4 weeks to the playoffs?
No,
I like the idea, at least. I don't even know what to say.
I love the idea. I love the idea. The thing I would change first and foremost would get Trey Pipkins out of there, or Zion Johnson, and put in Jamari Sawyer. I don't know why they haven't done that. I don't know if he's in the doghouse, Mario's word right there, or what the hell is going on with Jamari Sawyer. Same with Jasir Taylor. He should never be on the field. Cario Cobain just said the same thing. I think the difference, though, with Phillip Rivers and Justin Herbert was Phillip Rivers didn't have the arm strength or the legs to roll out and make plays all over the field. Justin Herbert does. Justin Herbert's much faster than Phillip Rivers and has a stronger arm. He can do things like that. Does anybody here watch the Lions with Jared Goff, or the Rams with Matt Stafford, or the Bills with Josh Allen? That's all they do. They roll out, they put you in weird spots, and they throw it right, they throw it left. Doesn't matter what side of the field they are. Justin Herbert could do the same thing. The difference is, I don't know if you want him to be outside of the pocket with the way that our line is. Like, if we had a stronger interior line, you can guarantee me, like, Zion Johnson's going to block my backside, I can roll out right, then I would say yes. But there's no guarantees with anybody on the interior offensive line. I don't know if I do it. Something I would do is put Hassan Haskins in, who's the best blocking back on the team, and knock some heads off. Just step up and block somebody that comes through. I don't know why the running backs don't block more in this offense.
And especially at this moment where, like, with how Herbert is right now, every hit, guys, I'm a little nervous. You know what I mean? Like, that's what the issue I have with, like, rolling him out is, let's say you roll him out and then he's like, I'm going to take it and run. Just every hit, every fall down now just means a little bit more, knowing that, dude, he is 60% out there, if that. You know what I mean? And one big hit, now we have Heineke to lead us the rest of the way, which is fine. It's better than what's Easton Stick. That's numb nuts. That was brutal. Like, that's better than him, but still, you're like, I'd rather have my, future Hall of Fame quarterback leading us, especially in year one of hardball. That, I don't know, that gives me pause. But at the same time, man, if this secondary is really not as strong as we think it is for the Buccaneers, Dave, why don't we he's got a rifle of an arm. Let's just take the short, quick passes then. Short and quick. Let's not, make it a deep drop.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. As long as it's, they're basically, they can get there. Like, they've done the short steps where the receiver's not within 5-7 yards. They've done the 3-step drop and the guy's a little bit further than they can't hold them. They just can't. This interior offensive line's been such a disaster the entire time. I keep thinking I can't see the future, but I still believe in a year or two, we're going to look back at the roster of 2024 and we're just going to laugh our asses off. Remember when? Like, this is as bad as it should ever get in the 5 years that Jim Harbaugh is on this current contract. It is horrible. It is horrible in so many different areas on this team. We could literally go joke of the day and pick a different guy for every single show. Remember when we had watched up Joey Bosa? Remember when we had, Pipkins? Remember we could do this all the time. So this roster will get better. It's just right now that we see that this Charger team is a playoff team, and they've made major strides, probably even bigger strides than most people thought Harbaugh would do in his first year. We don't want the season to come to an end. And that's where we're all at right now. We're all at, let's ride this thing out because we feel anything can happen. We know there's not a team in the NFL that goes, I wish we line up against the Chargers. People don't want to line up against this team. There are teams out there, I guarantee you, would rather face the Texans than face the Chargers, right? Would rather face the Broncos than the Chargers. Maybe even rather face the Chiefs than the Chargers. Because the Chiefs seem like they're this close to losing all the time. That sounds weird to say. And I see you, Josh, raising those eyebrows. The Chiefs have gotten lucky and help from the officials the entire year. But the Chiefs can't cover the spread for anything. Yeah, they win. But it's a matter of time before they slip up. That's why I said on the last show, would you rather face the Chiefs or rather face the Steelers? I want the Chiefs again. I think they are there for the taking. If the
Yeah, I
Chiefs
agree
win the
with
Super
that.
Bowl this year, I'm walking to KC and I'll have a big rib and I'll walk my ass back.
So
I don't think
this
Chiefs
is
win.
this is the confusing thing about like the Chargers. When people play against the Chargers, I thought the Steelers put out the perfect game plan. I understand our tackles were hurt, Justin Herbert was hurt, but why would you not press coverage the receivers, force them to get open, and then bring the house on Justin Herbert? Wouldn't that work? Like, they can't get open. Who's he going to throw the ball to? I don't understand why everybody doesn't do that. That's what the Steelers did the entire second half. We're going to bring the house and bring like 8 people, and then we're going to press the receivers that can't get open. If Vlad McConkey's out there, different story, but nobody else can get open. I think Michael Schmidt said the same thing in the comments right here. I don't get it. Why doesn't every team do that to us? It's confusing to me.
I think the little bit of the Warriors are like, all right, but Herbert maybe still like throw him open. And I don't. Some teams just don't have that. But also, like Steelers secondary though is like one of the better ones, right? Like their corners
they're great, and they got TJ Watt,
and they have TJ Watt. And TJ Watt takes away a second of time. Like he literally does. Like he's that good. And I just like the Bucs just don't have that. You know, like if you really want to go 1-on-1 the whole time with them, then like Quinn Johnson's gonna win it. Does he catch it? I'll see
that's
you there.
That's where I would take my chance if I was a defense, right? I have let's say I'm the Buccaneers. I have a terrible defensive backfield. Make QJ beat us. Like I would take that chance, right?
Yeah,
I agree with you.
I would give Justin Herbert 0 time. You see what he does with any time that he has. Why not just blitz the hell out of him? You know he doesn't want to get hit.
And you know Todd Bowles loves blitzing.
He does.
He's not going to sit back there and just send 4. No, Buddy's going to send 6 at least.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You guys want to pick some games?
Yeah. You ready to pick some games, Mario? All right.
I'm fired up.
Games.
Pick some games.
Yeah.
I got a freaking pit in my pants to pick some games. Sorry.
Here we go.
Yeah, I am. I've been up since like 5 a.m. It's been a really busy day, actually.
That's all right, man. It's mid-December almost. People, HR's not there. No one's turning them in mid-December. You don't get.
Oh, dude, yeah. There's no one near me right now.
Yeah.
So I'm good.
Yeah. If this was a month from now in January, you'd be dead. Everybody's in their office right now. Yeah. We'll circle back to firing Mario in January is what they're saying. Anybody who hears anything crazy.
Dude. We'll circle back to firing.
Everything's circled back this time of year, right? You want to get anything done, and that was good. We'll circle back at the beginning of the year. It's my most frustrating thing of all time. I want to punch people in the face.
Now I kind of hope I get fired in January for the sake of that bit.
Because
that would be funny.
Everyone knows. Anyone who wants anything done before the end of the year, it's always we'll circle back at the beginning of the year. You know what? We'll circle back to my fist right now. Yeah, that's enough. All right, here we go. We'll pick some games. So last week, just so you know, Josh had the best week. He was 8-4, now 94-99 on the season. You're moving forward, Josh. I was 500, 105, 103 on the season. Mario 7-5, one of his worst weeks in a long time, but he's been on fire. 117 and 91 on the season for Mario. So here we go. We go into week 15, Thursday night football.
Who's in the lead right now?
You're in the lead.
You.
Okay, but like what's the differential here? Because like I'm trying to think.
You have a 12-win lead on me right now.
And what's yours over Josh?
Mine is 11.
Oh, I'm screwed.
Wow.
I'm done.
You really gotta play catch up.
Dude, you know what we should do when we do our picks right here, Mario?
Opposites.
Let's go. Let's do this. You and I
point.
won't pick and let Josh pick last every time to see what direction he wants to go. So let's say you and I pick the same team. He can just go opposite if he wants to play the gamble.
Oh.
You understand? Give him a chance to get back in it.
I was going to say when we hit playoffs, it's all double.
Oh.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I think we should do that.
like Kirk Cousins. You like that. All right. I kind of like that. All right. So, Josh, you might not want to be crazy then right now.
I swear to God, if that, you know what's me, I'm going to go beat that ass. Kidding.
It's a big move right there, considering you're way in front. Oh, my gosh. All right. Now we're talking. You want to go full 10 on 10 games on the Super Bowl to maybe reverse it, to maybe completely change things up?
full 10 on the Super Bowl.
Yeah, full 10 on the Super Bowl.
You
Oh
split
my
it
God.
between halves. It's 5 on the first half,
Yeah.
5 on the second half.
All right, here we go. We're going Thursday night football. This is strange line to me, and I never understand these lines like this, but it's Thursday night football. The 49ers at home. 49ers are favored by 3 in this game. They're banged up. The Rams look fantastic against the Bills. Also, the Rams beat the Niners earlier this year. The 3-point favorites for the Niners is confusing. Mara, you go first on this one.
So Nick Bosa just got the update. Is likely to play versus the Rams, but the team will test him pregame to make sure. Thanks, Schefter. So I'm guessing he's going to play tonight. I'll go ahead and take the Rams to cover. Key thing in gambling, anytime Trent Williams is out, that usually means the Niners are out. And I know he was out last week against Chicago Bears. Actually, no, I think he played against the Bears. I can't remember.
Did he play? It was a sad story. Sad story, man.
Oh, it was very, very, very sad. Very sad. Prayers to his family. But that team goes as far as Trent Williams goes. So I'll go ahead and take the Rams.
Okay, I'm going to go, Josh. I'm going to go the opposite on this one because I have not gotten a Thursday night game right, I think, the whole year. So you pick which side you feel like you're on.
I'm going Niners. This is the definition of a must-win game, right? Every team in the division's off by 1 game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go. Yeah, I'll go Niners.
Okay, interesting game right here. This is a big number. It's the Ravens. They are favored by 14 on the road against the New York Giants, and I'm going to take the Giants in this one.
Me too.
For the sake of it, I'll take the Ravens. Why not?
Okay, good deal. You got it. You got the Ravens. All right, next game up there, another New York team. It's the Jets. They're favored by 3.5. They're on the road against Jacksonville.
Jets.
I'm going Jets as well.
Just also shout out to NFL's terrible scheduling. The 1 o'clock slate versus the 4 p.m. slate. Holy hell! Can we the 1 o'clock slate? I mean, you can take
He
a
means
nap.
10
through
a.m.
it.
our time, everybody.
10 a.m. your time. Yeah. I mean, fellas, ladies, take a nap, go to brunch, go to holiday market, buy some Christmas presents. You don't have to watch the 10 a.m. games. These are the most boring games of all time. Unless you're a gambler, then gamble on them responsibly. And that means Jags plus 3.5. Lock it in.
You going Jags? I'm gonna go. Okay, I'm going Jets with Josh on this one. So Mario again, the only one that's taken Jags, but he's been the smart one the whole year. This is interesting. I think it's the first time all season the Panthers have been favored. Panthers are favored by 1.5 at home against the Dallas Cowboys.
Carolina. I think they look fantastic lately. If Xavier Legette could catch, they would have won their last game.
I'm in love with Carolina, baby. They've been making me some money. I'm on the Bryce Young train. I might get a jersey. Probably will never get a jersey, but for the sake of Panthers minus 1.5, I will.
All right, the Commanders, they're on the road. They're favored by 7.5, taking on the New Orleans Saints.
I'm supposed to pick last. I forgot, right?
Yeah, you are.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Mighty.
So the Saints, we don't really know who's going to start at quarterback right now, but that is a really big spread of a touchdown. It makes me want to back the Saints just because you get the hook in there too, and they've been playing better for the Rizzler over there. Is that actually his last name? It's Rizzler, isn't it? No, it's Rizzy. They just call him the Rizzler. See, he's going to rizz the ladies.
Punter the other day.
Yeah, well, that punter, we're rizzing it up in Bourbon Street. Just kidding.
Who you going with?
I'll just go Commanders. You said 7.5?
7.5.
God dang it.
What do you got, Dave?
I'm going Commanders. I don't know if Mario was still thinking. Sorry.
I'll go Saints. Just have to catch up on some ground.
Okay.
I like that play, by the way. I think Saints is the smarter action.
All right, Bengals favored by 5 on the road against the Titans. I am going to take the Bengals and the 5. Titans are terrible, but again, I've not gotten a Titans pick right the entire year, so you guys might want to go opposite on that one.
Titans. Titans plus 5. Sure, let's go.
Okay,
I'm going to go Titans as well.
All right. Next up, Chiefs favored by 6.5, visiting the Browns. I will go first in this one. I'm going Cleveland.
I'm going to go Cleveland too. I think Cleveland covers that. 6.5 sucks though. If you can get a 7 out there, let me check some of these books. They're all at 4. Damn it. If you want to tease that, I wouldn't hate you on it.
I'm gonna go Chiefs, just be different than you guys.
Okay. Next up on there is going to be the Texans at home, favored by 2.5 over the Miami Dolphins. I'll go first again. I'm going to take the Dolphins on the road just because the weather's not going to be an issue.
The Laramie
2.5
Tunsil Bowl.
Yeah. People forget.
Go Dolphins. Yeah, people forget that.
At 2.5, I'm going to take the Texans. Because remember, ladies and gentlemen, anytime the Dolphins play up in competition, guess what they do? They piss
Usually
down their
the weather
leg.
has a lot to do with it. I don't know. We'll see. You've been right more than me, so we'll see.
It's the only
Broncos
decent game, right? At that time slot.
That's legitimately the only game.
That's insane, man. That sucks.
Sucks.
It better be on TV too. I hate when the only good game is like not on TV. You have to watch the Jaguars. You're like, oh my god.
Well, it's like, dude, like, why do we have like half these games at 4 o'clock aren't even on the West Coast? Like, we can't bump up Eagles and Steelers where it's
I agree.
Dark by 4:30 over there, and half of Philadelphia or the state of Pittsburgh is depressed already, and about 18,000 beers deep.
Yeah, or the Lions and Bills.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah,
what are we
I don't
doing here?
Overall, this is a horrible weekend of games. I'm looking at it. Almost every game sucks.
I think Bucs, Chargers, Steelers, Eagles, Bills, Lions, like, sign me up, and the rest of them, take a
This is a
nap.
bad weekend. This is horrible.
Treat your girlfriend right or boyfriend right.
Who are we kidding? We're going to watch all of them. All of us are going to watch every single one of them.
Because it's the fancy playoffs.
Yeah.
It's the NFL. It's the best.
And obviously, I've already bet on all of them.
There you go. See, you degenerate. All right. Broncos at home, favored by 4.5 over the Colts. I'm taking the Broncos.
Broncos.
Which that number was?
4.5.
Oh, God, it's kicked me in the left nut. I'll take Bo Nix getting that many points against the Colts. Colts get a lot of guys back too. Pretty sure Kelly's back this week. Downs is back. I'll take the Colts.
Okay. Next up on here, we have the Cardinals at home, favored by 6.5 over the Patriots.
Patriots.
Damn it. Yeah, you're the Tar Heels, baby. Let's talk a little Chapel Bill at the end of this. I got,
Good for you, dude. I've not heard that one yet, but I like it. That's good.
Chapel Bill?
Yeah, I haven't heard
I
Chapel
haven't heard
Bill.
that either. That's good.
Oh, fires me up, dude.
That's
buying
awesome.
a North Carolina sweatshirt, cutting off the sleeves.
Yeah. So, it sounds like you're buying a T-shirt that says Chapel Bill on it. All right, here we go. Lions. You took the Patriots as well, all three of us. Okay, Lions. This is the Sunday night game, and it is not the Sunday night game. It's by far the best game of the week. If it's not, it's the next one. It's the It's the Lions favored by 2.5 over the Bills. With a lot of people are saying this could be the Super Bowl.
What do you got? I'm going last.
Buffalo Bills.
I'm going Bills too. I think after last week, I'm going Bills.
Okay. The only reason I'm taking the Lions is
That's
because of what they did against the Bills did against the Rams. I'm like, if Matt Stafford can do that with his team, I feel like Jared Goff can do that with the Lions, like score 50
Dude,
points.
no matter what you said, that's a toss-up. This game's just a game to watch because you love football. You don't know.
What's the Sunday night football game?
Sunday night game is the Packers Seahawks.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the Matt Flynn Bowl.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a bad game though. I think that's gonna be a fun game to watch.
I hate watching.
But Gino always airs that sucker out.
Yeah, I hate watching. I don't know. I'm just not watching Seahawks games. Bore me. All right, here we go. Before we get to that game, let's get to another pretty good game. This point spread's pretty big, surprising to me. It's the Eagles favored by 4.5, hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I don't get that line at all.
It's a hate game.
Yeah, I got Pittsburgh.
I love Pittsburgh. This moves, by the way, to some places to 5. So people are
Really?
betting the Eagles. Yeah.
I got 5.5.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right,
I'll take.
Let's change it to 5.5 since we all picked the Steelers. Hey, got to be right.
I swear, I would. Everyone that's listening to this pod, please bet 5.5. Get that number to 6. and make me the happiest man in America.
All right, here we go. This is a Sunday night game. It's the Seahawks hosting the Packers. Packers on the road are favored by 2.5.
The Jimmy Graham Bowl.
Jimmy Graham Bowl.
I'll go Green Bay.
I will go Green Bay as well.
Okay, all of us going Green Bay. Next up, it's one of the Monday night games. It's the Vikings taking on the Bears. Vikings are the home team, favored by 7. I'll take the Vikes.
Yeah, the Cordero Patterson Bowl. I'll go Vikings.
I like
God, you are doing really good. The Jared Allen Bowl.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who could forget?
Yeah.
Everyone
absolutely.
that's not in the middle in the Midwest. I'm going to take the Bears.
Okay. You got it. Next Monday night game, Falcons favored by 4. They're visiting the Las Vegas Raiders.
Also the Cordero Patterson Bowl.
Yes.
I'm gonna go Falcons.
I saw this game in my toilet earlier today, and I'm going to take Falcons.
I'm going to go Raiders on this one. Go Raiders. Last
Desmond Ridder game.
Marcus Mariota game.
Right. Marcus Mariota game.
Here we go. But biggest game of the weekend is the one we care about the most. It's the Chargers. They're at home, and they are taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I don't like the point spread for the Chargers at all. I think
3.
I don't know. I don't like that. I think Chargers win though, but I don't think they cover. I think they win by 1 point. I'm gonna go 24-23.
I take the Bucs to cover. Probably ends up being a push. And I'll take 2017. I've always said that before. 24-21 Chargers.
You taking the Bucs though, Mario?
Yeah, I
I'm
think
taking.
it pushes at the end of the day.
All right, get ready right here. Put your seatbelt on. I'm going Chargers win this game. Final score 38-34. Good old-fashioned shootout.
Holy hell.
Holy hell.
Okay.
Both quarterbacks have crazy days.
Who's your player of the game?
Okay.
My player of the game. God dang it, man. I don't want to say Stone Smart. I'm going QJ. How about that?
Oh,
If QJ is ever going to do it, he's going to do it this game. If he can't do it in this
Ew.
game, he can't ever do
I've
it.
said that like 8 times this year.
I know. Well, I don't have a lot of options. Okay. This roster sucks. Okay. I don't have a lot of options. I don't know what to tell
What
you.
about defense?
Defense, man, I'm going to Hart. Hart's my guy. Hart's
Nice.
on the
Like
verge
that.
of I got to buy a jersey kind of guy. Put it that way. That's
Dude,
how good I think he's going to be.
Second or third best defensive player on the whole team. Like that's how good I think he is.
I agree.
He's really, really good.
And
Really
outside
good.
of
need
Los
a-
Angeles, biggest unknown in the NFL.
Oh,
I'm
for
telling you.
sure.
He's a
Yeah.
stud.
Yeah.
He's a beast. I'm going Tarheep. Yep. Behan Vincent Jackson Bowl. Damn right.
I was
Damn.
gonna say that. Passed.
RIP. Tarheep still. I like that, Demetrius. That's going to be my defensive player of the game. And then offense, I'm actually going to bet on this. Stone Smart, anytime touchdown. I think he gets a touchdown.
Oh, that's good.
Defense, it's going to be Henley for me. Someone's going to help clog up those holes in that run game, and we got to do a better job against it. 141 yards in the last 3. Bucs are averaging 181.7 rushing yards in the last 3 games. Bucky Irvin's going to play in this game. Rashid White is a hell of a running back too. In order to make sure our offense gets on that field, we have to make sure their offense is not on the field. That comes with stopping the run game. So go ahead and take Henley in that matter. Offensively, you kind of took, I was going to say Smart, but I'll be the classic. I'll be the tool. I'll be the douchebag. Give me a V-neck. Justin Herbert will be my player to watch.
Wait a second. I thought quarterbacks were off limits. What the hell just happened here?
I don't know. We broke rules.
Good God. Come on.
Juan, I swear to God, don't even go there.
Ooh.
Don't even go there.
No,
come on,
too
dude.
soon.
What,
Too
the
soon.
world just
We don't
fall
talk
off its
about it on
axis?
this. Don't even do that.
Don't even try. All right, we got some questions.
Yeah, let's do it.
We got $10 super chat. Oh no, we got a couple.
thanks,
of them.
Brian.
Sorry, my bad.
Thanks,
we got
Brian.
a couple of them here. My bad. Brian, $20 super chat. Thank you. Says, I'd really like to upgrade our receiver room. Me too. But I'm also so glad we don't have any diva receivers like AJ Brown. Too much of a distraction. Lad definitely is a team guy first. Also lucked out not getting Deontay Johnson.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. No, you go.
I was gonna say, I know AJ Brown, that was a disaster, but like slept on disaster. Graham, keep your mouth shut. That's I know we're pointing fingers at AJ Brown and this whole thing. Graham, let's not go on a radio station and say 1-11 need to figure some stuff out. Let's how about we just say, yeah, as a team we need to do better in this area.
I'm surprised a guy like Brandon Graham, who's been in the league for so long, would say that.
Exactly. That's my thought too. Is I can't believe that.
Yeah, that's nuts. I'll deal with a diva receiver if he's good. That's kind of the way I look at it. Like if QJ was a jerk and he sucked, I'd be like, whoa, like what are you doing? But if he was a jerk and he was good, I was like, oh, he's good. I would take it. I would take a jerk right now for this team. Give me an asshole at receiver. I want that.
I agree though. I agree with that.
I just want to catch the ball on a consistent basis that doesn't get hurt after you tackle him. All those would be nice.
All right, you got the one from Ricardo right here. Sorry,
yeah.
You have $10 from Ricardo. It says, "Hey Bolt Crew hey Bolt Crew, great podcast. I disagree with Dave's 4-0 prediction for the last 4 games. Chargers will go 3-1 during this stretch because starters will sit out in the last game against the Raiders."
Couldn't disagree with you more. I don't think Harbaugh is running from anybody. I'm sorry, dude. Harbaugh worked for the Raiders. Harbaugh wants to beat everybody, and no, Harbaugh likes to win against most people he actually knows. Like he knows Mark Davis. He knows Tom Brady. Dude, he knows it's a rivalry in this division. He played for the Chargers. People forgot. Dude, he knows what it means to Charger fans to beat the Raiders. Come on. There's no way. If they're going to lose one of those games, it is not to the Raiders. Disagree.
Yeah. All right. We'll see.
Also, shout Ricardo. When I first put that up there, I was really nervous how you put Raiders, and I was going a different direction. I was really happy that you stayed the turds. Good job. I got really nervous there for a second.
Way to throw that you in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Christian goes, "How's that gift coming along for your wife's cousin?" Thanks for bringing that up, man. He actually, you know what? I'm gonna say this. I told my wife I wouldn't say this on the show, but
hold on. You see him, Josh? Look up right there. She's literally in the room right above his head.
I got these AirPods on.
Yeah,
but she can hear you.
I know. I'm trying not to.
Just gonna get under the desk and start whispering.
Yeah. So I was really upset. Obviously, you guys noticed on the show, and he came back and sent me a list of shoes that he wants, and I was like, "You gotta be kidding me!" Like $83 shoes for a $50, Secret Santa.
There's a limit. There's a limit.
There's a limit. I'm like, dude, you're $33 over the limit. Like, are you insane? So I just got him a $50 Amazon gift card. Just nipped it around the butt.
Smart.
Yeah,
Smart.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. And you know what I'm going to say when I give it to him? Ask one of your friends in Arizona or Nevada to get you a salt gun because you obviously want that. So
yeah,
I couldn't provide that to you because you can't follow directions, psycho, but you can go get it from one of your friends in a different state. So go after yourself.
I wish you could have got the Amazon gift card for $51 to go, hey, I went over. I know I wasn't supposed to, but I went over.
Yeah, I should have done that.
Or $49.99.
Yeah.
That's just in perspective. What a swing of gifts. Like not even in the same ballpark.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say more on this topic.
Dude, you'd be target number one. Why would you get him the weapon that might take your life?
It's a salt gun. It's not like an assault rifle. It's like a salt, like pepper and salt.
Salt. I thought you said assault.
No. Like people buy these salt guns to kill like flies in their house and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
Dave, I can't believe you thought that would cost.
I did. I thought he said assault. I thought it the whole time he said assault.
I clarified that on that show. I said it's not an assault gun. Yeah. Come on.
I swear it sounded like he said assault, not salt. Who buys what? Okay, hold on. Explain this to me. Never heard of this before in my life. So you shoot salt across the kitchen like at a fly?
Yes.
Do you have salt on your floor, like when you're walking barefoot across the floor, going, "I just stepped in salt"?
You got to like clean it after. Yeah. But
Oh,
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Also,
I get
it's
fly
also for ghosts too. Shout out to anyone that's watched Supernatural growing up. It's also for ghosts and demons. Hurts them a little bit.
All right.
Food for thought.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I meant to tell you this, guys. If we could get a little heartfelt real quick before we go.
Is that the last of the super chats? Just so you know. Just so I'm asking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta answer one question on the side here too. Go ahead.
There's a funny story that you guys would tell me. You told me off air from Jake that I used on my uncle. I was on the phone with my grandpa talking about everything that's happened to us, and I hung up, and my uncle, I saw him walking in, and I was like, oh, he's like, oh, what did I was like, oh, Grandpa wanted me to tell you something, and he said, what? And I said, you're dumb, and it hit, and he was really, really sad, and it hit so well in the moment. It brought the room back up and feel. So I wanted to say thank you guys for telling me that joke so I could use it on him. Yeah. It, like when I say it literally lifted up the room, it lifted up the room.
Oh, that's nice. See?
Yeah. It hit so
that's
well.
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Someone asked me on this. I can't find it, dude. It was Dave. What has you upset today? I think I want to give credit to the person that asked the question. I'm sorry. I can't find it.
I'll find it.
I'm looking now.
Okay. I think it was Ricardo. I thought said it. Damn it, dude. I can't read. I can't not read. I can't see.
There you go. From Christian.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was Christian. Not even close. Sorry. I tell you what it is. It's the goddamn, it's the white elephant gifts. Okay. White elephant gifts are stuff that nobody wants. People don't know how this works. When you get invited to a Christmas party and it's a white elephant gift, I hate when you're sitting in a room, and I teach everybody a lesson on this. I'm the worst person to ever invite to a Christmas party where it's a white elephant gift. I was always taught white elephant stuff that you wouldn't want. So when people are in there and all of a sudden you realize they spent $50 to $75 on something that's something nice that you might actually want, it's frustrating. So give an example. I get invited to a Christmas party. All right. And I'm going, you have to bring 2 white elephant gifts because one for my wife, one for myself. I was in charge of picking them out. So one, when you're in radio, you receive a bunch of stuff that they just into the radio station. So I got to have a book that says If I Did It by O.J. Simpson. And I freaking opened up the front and I freaking autographed OJ's name. That's one. And 2 is I found a six-year-old minor B baseball trophy that some kid never picked up on the Dodgers from 2007. And I brought that. Those are my 2 white elephant gifts. Everyone else got cool stuff in the room. You know who didn't get cool stuff? Twice? My wife's boss. He ended up with a goddamn If I Did It O.J. Simpson book and the 6-year-old Dodger first place trophy. He wasn't too happy, but he did the big fake smile like the Joker. Act like that's exactly what he wanted. But everyone in the room got cool stuff. I would have been 100% fine getting crappy stuff. But that's not how it worked out. I walked in with garbage. I walked out with gold. And then, unfortunately, the guy who threw the party and who was everybody's boss in the room got the worst gifts of all time. Twice got the gifts I put out. There you go.
By the way, I think that's funny. So every time you do white elephant, some of the gifts are gonna suck, and that's part of the fun.
That's how it should be.
That's how it should be. I agree with you.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
Someone has to give whoever never be the try hard, always go for funny.
Yeah. Always. I don't get it. Now that guy has to explain why he has the O.J. Simpson If I Did It book on the shelf.
That's
and he signed it.
He probably threw it away after. Let's be honest.
Probably. Hope not. It looked like OJ's signature. I worked my ass off trying to copy it.
So we do that with we do that with alcohol, where it's white elephant, and my parents go get some nice whiskey that's way too expensive, and then someone will get Taka vodka, which is they pay you $10 to buy. That's funny.
That's funny. I like that.
Yeah, or a beer. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I said we have one more comment. No, go ahead.
Beautiful.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, or I think my brother-in-law got a beer one time that was the most alcohol in a beer ever, and it was if you took a shot of, they said one shot's 16 beers. It wasn't 16. It was 6 beers, and it was accurate. So I took a shot, and holy hell, I took a nap after.
Dude, I got a gift last Christmas. It's still in my refrigerator right now. I haven't touched it. It's a can Okay, it's the guy don't tell the
I know what
story.
you're gonna say. I know what you're gonna say.
So it's a can and came from a dispensary. All right. And it literally has lines on it. Like drink this much to feel good. Then it has the next line, drink this much to.
Oh, I've gotten those. Yeah.
Okay. And then it says if you drink the entire can in one sitting, it's like, we'll see you on Tuesday. Like you're out for the next 48 hours. Like it's, hey, we showed you where the lines were, and how strong this stuff is. But if you drink that whole can in one shot, which by the way, it looks like, a Red Bull can, it's not a giant can. But if you drink that whole thing, they're like, next 48 hours, hope you don't have any plans because you are not going to be a person that people can get in touch with. And it's sitting in there. It's unopened. I've tried to give it away like 80 times to people that I know like that stuff. Nobody will touch it. They're all scared to touch that can.
We should do it.
I was about to say, you can ship that to me, brother, and I'll down that. That's my Christmas.
I wish I would have given it to you when you were here.
I know.
You would have missed Josh's wedding 100%. You wouldn't have waited. You would have missed the wedding.
Yeah, I would have. And I would have had like a panic attack. If you're like, "How's California?" I go, "It sucked."
Dude, I'm not
go
good
back.
at any of that stuff. Dude, I'm not good at that stuff, man. I sit there and I'm constantly doing this. I always think someone's coming in the door. I'm always looking over my shoulder, dude. Get paranoid as hell. I don't touch any of it, dude. I get nuts. There's a guy I know. A lot of you guys know too. Gave me a cookie once. It was like this big and put it on the table and walked out of the room, and I ate the whole cookie. He goes, "Where's the cookie?" And I said, "I ate it." And he said, "What are you doing? You're supposed to break a piece off. That cookie's supposed to last." Dude, I was messed up. I mean, at halftime of the Thursday night game we were watching was Raiders-Chargers. I said, I'm going to close my eyes during the half. And I woke up and like Derek Carr's talking to the reporter. And I'm like, what the hell is he talking to her for at halftime? I missed the whole game. Missed the whole goddamn game.
You're stoned the next day too.
Dude, I was messed up. And I barely pulled it together to watch the Ravens take on the Rams, and Lamar Jackson scored a touchdown on every freaking play. It was insane. The drive was nuts. Every drive ended in a touchdown for the Ravens. It was crazy.
That's insane. The next day stuff sucks. That's brutal.
That's uncalled for.
Yeah.
You don't account for that one. All right. Real quick before we get out here, it's from Miguel 199. He says, should we rest Herbert if we clinch the playoff? We talked about this on the last show. I said yes. If the Raiders game is irrelevant, I would rest them. These guys,
Raider games are never relevant. Raider games are never relevant.
It depends on matchup for me. So we can talk about this more. This will be a topic for weeks, upon weeks.
Yeah, it would be frustrating. Josh is right on this aspect. He brought it up the other day. We'll finish with this. If you missed the show last week when he said nothing would screw the Raiders up more than letting the Raiders win that game, or not playing all your best players, because it would screw the Raiders up in the draft big time. Right now, some people have the math is that the Raiders do have the number one pick right now. I've seen some says Giants, but it would completely take the Raiders out of Ward or Sanders as their quarterback. You could that one game could screw the Raiders over for 5 years.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. All right, we'll get out of here. Here's the deal. On Sunday after the game, please join us for the post-game show. Hopefully the three of us will be here. Mario told you at the beginning of the show he has some personal stuff to take care of. If he can get back on the airplane and get everything in check. If you're in the mood, also, Mario, don't do anything you don't feel like doing.
I'll be fine. Yeah, I'll be fine.
Okay. Sorry, Grandma Heron.
No, I mean,
roll with the punches.
Dude, I like, you know how I roll. I push everything down until I have a massive panic attack. Then you deal with it. Then you move on. Okay.
All right. Either way, there will be a show. Okay.
Yeah.
Might be 2, but could be 3. We don't know. We need your help again. Participate in the post-game show. Hopefully it's a big Charger win. We're excited again. Everything feels a little bit better. We get the bad taste out of our mouths and we're ready to go. But we're going to be back as soon as that game ends. Make sure you tune in. Bolt Crew Podcast. Please like and subscribe to this show too. If you hung around this long, we always appreciate it. And we'll catch you all on Sunday. So for Mario Heron, Josh Pele, I'm Dave Pele. We'll see you in a few days.